Good morning. Well, it still is. Good morning. Yes. I believe time is 5 minutes before 12 midday, or should I say 12 noon. My name is Tumi Tladi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And this video is going to be an exciting video. I'm still continuing with a series on version control. In fact, we are done. But I just need to do a follow-up on something, which is this video CI and CD. So let's do, we are marking this guy as done. Okay. But this was part one though. This was part one. The reason being, it's because if you watch the previous video, it's a long video, that we had some complications along the way. So now today I'm going to be doing part two, and this will be the final video for this series, okay? Right, so we're doing part two where we had some issues previously, but the good news is it worked. I fixed those issues. I'll tell you about the solution and what happened. What I want to do is I want to open the pipelines in a new tab. I want this guy to come this side. Okay, so we're about to create a brand new one from ground up, like a new pipeline. We're about to do it from scratch, right? And I'm gonna move quicker and faster because we covered a lot of things. So this is the guy that's been failing from yesterday. I even tried it today, 56 minutes ago, but this one passed. So we're about to create a new one, a new pipeline, and it's going to be interesting, and I'll tell you about the solution. And it's not my fault, it's a fault of Microsoft, but how? So we chose to go with a classic editor, right? To do this without the YAML, because YAML is too complicated for me. We did all this yesterday. And by the way, while I was I even attempted to go via GitHub, but we still have to do this using Azure repos Git, so we know that this is the team project, this is the repository, but I want to go back to solid. Please watch the previous video so you can understand how we chose this. Okay, so we need to search Xamarin, and we're gonna go with the Xamarin for Android. So here's the problem. As I click apply, it gives me what it thinks is the best, and what it thinks is the best is the problem. The one thing that's different from today, from yesterday that I'm doing right now, is I'm changing the agent specification to be Windows 2019. There we go, Windows 2019. That's the only thing I'm changing. Nothing else I'm changing. But here's the problem. Okay, we're gonna remove this build solution for the test. We don't need it. We're gonna remove a test with App Center. We don't need at the moment. Maybe I might do, part three, and then we're gonna be this one, because this is CD, right, to distribute. Okay, let's chill with this one. We'll come back to it. And then we did explain that we're not going to sign this because I'm not checking in. We're not going to sign it. But what we're going to do, here's the problem. The problem is the guy. And I'll explain why. It's using the default 4.4.1, the version number of this NuGet. That's a problem. If you want to, you can remove this, but it's not recommended. You need to be able to fix it, and I'll show how I fixed it. I did not tamper with the task version, but I did tamper with this guy. What is the current version number? Let me just say, always download the latest. Let's see. Always check for and download the latest available version of NuGet.exe, which satisfies the version spec. This option will also always incur download time, even if the selected version of the NuGet is already cached. Enabling this option could cause unexpected build breaks when new version of NuGet is released, so it's a terrible idea. But previously, I did this because I did 5x, and as I changed 5x, notice I changed the display name, but that's not how it's supposed to be, because then 5x doesn't exist. I'll show you the issue. The latest version is 5.11.0. That's the latest version. This is the only change I need to do. Nothing else I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do anything. So let's configure our stuff. Variables, we don't have any variables. The build configuration is the most important one, is the release. And we don't want to do anything else. Triggers, we did set up a triggers yesterday, so we're gonna enable CI, which is continuous integration, and then it's gonna go for this solid branch, and then that's it. Options, we don't have much of options. We don't want to do anything. Did we? When a build complete successfully, create links to all work items linked to our, yes. But we did something else here. This one. Oh, the status badge. Oh, we need this guy. Oh, we need this guy. We definitely need this guy. Like we need this guy. So I'm gonna copy this markdown, and then I'm gonna paste it here. We need it because then it shows that it failed. In fact, let's do it right now. Let's go to GitHub. I'm curious because it has been failing, right? So we're gonna go to identical docs, and then we're gonna go to this readme, and then I'm gonna do something interesting. I'm gonna say this is app center dash for Android, also app center dash for iOS, and then we're gonna do something else. That this one's gonna be Azure DevOps, and then it's gonna be for Android, and then we're gonna paste this markup. There we go. And I'm gonna create a commit to say edit a build status for Android. Let's do this. Edit Azure DevOps build status for Android. And this is happening from GitHub. I want to learn to do something. I want to say this change was made from GitHub. Hi, shut up. There we go. And then we're gonna commit directly, because I don't want to do a pull request. It's fine, directly to master. So there's a build status. It will probably come, yeah. So let's see. We'll come back to this. Now let's go back to this pipeline, right? And then is there anything else we need? No. And then the history, there's nothing. Okay, I want to go back to a task to change this name. This is a weird name, this guy. Let's do it to YouTube. Okay, and then I'm gonna save and queue, and then watch what's gonna happen. This time I think we got it right. This time I think we got it right? So we don't want to do anything else, and then enable system diagnostic, and then save and run. Okay, so let's watch what it does. The key thing was this. Why does it say, am I sure? Which page is it talking about? Is there a way that I cannot click anywhere else? I can't even click stay or even leave. We did specify that this is gonna be from solid branch, right? Good. Come on. Like, stay. What's wrong with you? You idiot. Q. Don't do what you did again. Wait, let's make sure we did save it. Let's make sure that this let's go back to pipelines. Is it not running? Here it is. It's running already. This idiot. Because we're about to diagnose, and then I want to show you something about this. You see, it passed on, it found the NuGet version 5.11.0. Now, if you remember from our previous video that some of the NuGet packages failed, and that's when I had to do a research, and I was led to Stack Overflow. As usual, Stack Overflow came to the rescue. But before I get to that, let's make sure that this guy works perfectly before we do anything else. Let's make sure. And I'm aware that I just made a change on README file through GitHub. Also, yesterday I made a change on mobile application project, which is Xamarin. And you see, now the NuGet restore has passed, which is good news. So now we are waiting for this guy to tell us if building the actual Android project is going to become success. Because as you remember in the previous video, that the first error we bumped into, it told us that, hey, blah 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 blah, you know, we had to change this. I forgot it, but let's make sure that it passes this build. That's the most important thing. Signing and aligning APK files, yes, and then publishing the artifacts to the drop folder, and then post sign in, and then post job for checkout, and then all of that should become success. I don't intend to make this video long, but let's see. Come on. Okay, so I did a Google research. I pasted the whole thing. As you can see, where it says the whole thing. This package of Microsoft Entity Framework called relational. So here's a key thing. I wasn't even paying attention to this. So what does it mean? It simply means that this is the highest version of the NuGet package for this specific package, but my NuGet that I'm using to restore the package was lower, so it makes sense. Then the first link I opened was this, and then I read everything. So this person explained everything because I was paying attention to everything that this person was saying, and then he did all of the things that he did, and then he asked what could be an issue. Then this person said, this is because it was using an old version of NuGet. You can try to change it to 5x. That's when I started to do 5x. I thought it would pick it up, but unfortunately it wasn't the case. And then restore. So I went to do 5x, and it was like, hey, we don't know 5x, and then it worked. So that's the solution. So here is ours. Let me close this one because I'm still gonna open it. So let's wait for this guy now to complete. Today I'm starting a new series. It's a mini series for ASP.NET Web API for both .NET Framework and .NET Core. I'm gonna do 2 sessions today. I'm gonna do what is Web API, and then the second session is gonna be the overview of Web API in the context of this system called Identical Docs. So I'm really am excited about that. Really am excited. Really am excited. So stay tuned for that. And after that, I'm gonna do a major series on Xamarin, because this is preparing for Xamarin, this upcoming series I'm about to start after this, right after this. See, now the build succeeded and I love it. And now it's signing, but it's not signing, it's just aligning the APK, and it's publishing the artifact. Just to recap in our previous video, that App Center, it's doing CI and CD. CD is pointing to Google Play Store in my account. So we want to do the same thing. Let's see how we can do that. That's why the last task on the pipeline, I want to configure to point to Google Play Store developer account. And then signing became perfect, and then now it's just dropping that, and then everything, it's perfect. It took 6 minutes and 15 seconds. It took 6 minutes to 15 seconds, and then we have the artifact. Let's open this in a new tab. I see the artifact, the actual APK, but it's not signed, so you know that it can only run on the emulator. It's not signed. So it's big, 86 megabytes. So this is artifact for this particular build. It drops it in a folder called drop, and this is the actual APK. It's 32 megabyte, and I don't care about the rest of these ones. This is what I care about. So yeah, that's published, consumed. I don't understand, what does it mean? Okay, because remember in our previous video, this is what we had to change from false to true, and that's how we were able to get it to work, which is quite interesting. Okay, so what about now when we refresh this? What's gonna happen? It became success. So let's see. Come on, what's up with this? Why is it not showing properly? Okay, but the good news is this became a success. So I'm gonna go back. Okay, there we go. So this is the name of the pipeline. This one has been retained forever by Solid, and then manually run by me on this repository, this branch, utilizing this latest commit. Time is started, it took 6 minutes and 23 seconds. One work item, let's see what it says, and then one published, which is the drop. We just took a look at it. I don't have the tests, and it has some warnings. This is going to be quite interesting to study, not now. So the build failed. Why has it failed? Oh, this was yesterday. What does it mean? I'm still disappointed at this one. Let's go back to the code. Still, I'm still disappointed it's not giving us that image. So the issue number 1, state it's done, sprint number 1. Why are you saying it failed? This was yesterday, right? The 17th. Yes. Okay, that one succeeded when I was testing. This one has just succeeded now. Okay, no, we don't wanna worry about this. So these are the number of warnings that they're telling me about: height and inheritance, blah blah blah. These ones I know. And target SDK version 29, it's less, blah blah blah. I want to keep this one so that I can study what it does. So this is it. The job, we have the warnings. Yeah, it's interesting. And let me go back now to all of these guys. So these ones, like I said, the issue was with that guy. So I'm just gonna remove these ones. But let me just keep them for now so that I remember what I did. Okay. But what I want to do, I want to go inside again to the pipeline. Now we're going to attempt to do the second thing. No, that's not what I want. I want to edit the pipeline. One of the things I want to do is this. Options. Seems like I copied the wrong thing. Image URL for specific branch. No. Let's copy this guy. Let's go and make some change. I'm curious about something. I'm pretty much curious about something. Because this is how it's supposed to be. If I do preview, you see this is the link. I don't want the link. I want the status. Because this is the image, like this is the actual image. I don't want this image unless I'm not reading this thing. Image URL, but this is a markdown link. I copy this guy exactly as it is. Copied. Edit. Paste. The same thing. Preview. See, still doing the same thing. Or maybe the image will come at a later stage. I don't know. Wait, stay. And then cancel changes. So I'm hoping that this guy will come through. I don't know when, but yeah. Okay, but let's go back now to, so we know we've set the trigger that every time when we do pull request into solid branch, it will trigger this CI. Then let's go and do this guy. So let me enable this task. It says App Center service connection is required. So it's gonna deploy right to Visual Studio App Center. No results found. Let's add a new App Center service connection. That's gonna be interesting. Let's do this. App Center .ms. Remember I said we are still learning. I'm teaching myself these things. We are doing everything by the book. So it needs API token, service connection name, identical docs for Android. I believe it has some settings, and then app API tokens. This is the one. Let me see the services. So this is bug tracker. I don't want bug tracker. No, that's not what I want. So let's do a new token. Full access. Right. Let's do this. I'll tell you why. Let's go to a pipeline because I want to copy this, and then what does it mean? So let's see if this is what we need, because look what they're saying. It should be app center MS user and a username, organization, and then apps, app identifier. I believe this is it. Okay. Okay, but why does it say why is it in mass though? So it seems like we covered everything except for this one. New version available so that we can Shall we try this? There's no way they're saying anything. Let's try it. This time around, we are testing the CD to App Center. This is going to be very interesting. I'm curious to know what it does. Let's see. Like I'm pretty much curious. I'm aware that we're not signing it. I'm aware. But I'm pretty much curious to see how far along it's gonna go this. Okay. You know what? While I'm here, let me figure out something about the key store. To be honest, I forgot my credentials for a key store. Sign. I know where the key store is. These are the things that I somehow have forgotten. Environment. The NuGet has been restored. I'll come back as soon as this thing completes. But I'm still here. I'm wondering. This is very interesting. Like, this is absolutely interesting. Oh, now it's building. I hope it's gonna be quicker this time, like quicker. In the meantime, if you find this material to be helpful, this content to be juicy, please give the thumbs up on this video, leave a comment if you have any, tell your fellow developers, finally please subscribe and click on the notification bell to be notified for videos that I drop daily, because I drop videos daily and then you want to be notified. And I meant to say this before I recorded that the thing about me is that I get to fix stuff. I get to figure out stuff, because I'm a developer. I'm supposed to be a critical thinker and then a problem solver. Some of these things we are learning, but no one's going to be there to guide us. Oh, well, the university does a crappy job in really teaching us these things. Because CUT doesn't even teach us the CI/CD. We all have access to this using our student accounts, but we don't get to experiment all of these things. And at the same time, we're being taught by people that have PhDs, masters, all kinds of stuff. Yet when it comes to technology, they're way left behind. How is it fair though? Because some of us, we're still teaching ourselves these things. Like the one with GitHub Actions, I'm still going to teach myself. We did take a look at it yesterday, GitHub Actions. I'm going to teach myself. It's part of CI/CD in here. I'm going to teach myself this thing. Like I said previously, that I got to know about CI/CD on Azure DevOps while I was doing MVC, and then it became classic, even for .NET Core. That's how version control became a thing for me. You make a change, you push to master, it knows what to do. .NET MAUI, it's on its way. It's coming. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see what's going to happen on this platform. Because already they screwed up with this version of NuGet. Already they screwed up. Everything else is still there, but they screwed up. Another thing that Google mentioned is that, I don't know from when, but you're going to have to upload bundles, like app bundles, as opposed to... Let's see, is it called app bundles? Yes, this one, Android app bundles, as opposed to APK. So stuff like this are juicy stuff. I'm wondering why are they not here? And now it's publishing. It's interesting. Previously it took 6 minutes and 25 seconds. I'm wondering this one, how long it's going to take. 25 seconds, 6 minutes and 25 seconds. Because we have added another task, obviously, on the pipeline. So let's see if I did this thing right, because I'm still learning. Well, this time is taking a bit longer. I'll probably make another video as soon as I have time. I'll do part 3 because Visual Studio is still running in idle mode. I will use the Visual Studio to create another key store. I do have a key store. I know where it is. The problem is not that. The deploy failed. What do you know? It's fine. What does it say? Resource not found. It says the resource not found. So the status code is 404. So what was not found? Apps. Yeah, no, we'll do this some other time. I don't want to keep this video long. I'll do a research in the meantime and we'll figure out what needs to happen. But with that being said, I enjoy this. So, but right now it's supposed to show me that this one, you know, it failed. Come on, GitHub. But let's see, let's go back to the pipelines. Still, it just says build status. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here, but it's okay. With that being said, thank you very much. So now this one failed. We know why. But yes, I feel like I need to remove these ones because they're not going to help me whatsoever. Delete. Name of the pipeline to confirm. Seriously? Do they want me to type, or can I just do that? Oh. Delete. There we go. So now we are left with one. Okay, thank you very much. Stay tuned for more video. I still want to make another video where we create a key store, and if I come with a solution, I think it's gonna come in handy. But stay tuned for a new series, a main series right now.